Hey guys, we are here today to talk to you about setting a straight run for your ledger stone install using Evolve Stone. First off, I just want to introduce you a little bit to the stone. So looking down the nose of it as if it was a hot dog, you're going to have a side that is longer and then a side that is shorter. Additionally, off the longer side, you'll notice more of a 90-degree angle and a side that has less than a 90 degree, so it's sloping away. You want the side sloping to be the top of your stone. So you have the wide piece against the wall, the smaller side pointing away, and then the slope is there on the top. Additionally, another thing to note about these stones is while they are not real, they still do have discrepancies and kind of some uniquenesses about them, which is great once they're on your wall. But prior to that, sometimes the bumps and just little outcroppings can make it a little tricky to get them flat against your board. So don't be afraid to trim some of those pieces off, just taking your X-Acto knife, or if it's a larger bump, even maybe a blade or a saw, and smoothing that down so that you have a good contact surface.
And like their natural counterparts out there, our Evolve Ledger Stone actually has quite a bit of variation in it. If you look at them like a hot dog and line them all up side by side, you will see that some are going to be thicker top to bottom, and also thicker in depth as well. So that's important to keep in mind later on. But first, let's talk about how we're going to attach these to the building. So Evolve recommends using a 3.5-inch stainless steel screw. And there's actually ones out there for finishing that have a little small head on them. But because of the amazing supply chain issues, I couldn't find any of those. So we are using a 3.5-inch stainless steel deck screw, which has a larger head. But that's not to worry about because you come back afterwards with some color matching caulk and you cover the holes anyways, and you can't see them. So it's not that big of an issue for us. And with that, now we need to figure out what stone we're going to use to start off with and making our straight line. So as you can see behind us here, we actually did Evolve Stone halfway up on the building. We kind of made the window line where we're going to start and stop it. So because they are all different thicknesses and depths, what you need to do before you start is find your thickest stone out there, because that's going to be your key stone that you're going to start with under a window.
Yes, we found that worked the best for us as far as the coherency from unit to unit and just making sure everything lined up the way we wanted. So you'll take that first, basically the largest stone you can find as far as height and depth, fatness. You're going to set that at the height you want your stone on your wall. So for us, our determining factor was this window right back here. So we wanted it basically just right underneath that, just enough room for our flashing, and that was where we were gonna set our sill. So once we know where that is, we're actually gonna use a really long level. So we actually invested in a 6-foot level just for this, and it came in beyond handy. So you'll level that stone, and then you're actually going to attach the level to the wall. This is super handy. It provides you essentially a ledge that now you can just set your stones on as you are applying them. Now, if you had a whole crew and you were not doing this by yourself, it may not be as necessary, but even with a bunch of people, now you have that really nice level line set, and it makes just, punching those stones onto the wall so much easier. Mm-hmm. Another little tip is to actually pre-start your screws while the stone is off the wall. That way you can just hold it up there and really get it. It's already pretty much in place, and all you have to do is finish the screw, and that helped us as far as time a lot.
Mm-hmm. And now that you got your first row done on top of that 6-foot level, it is as easy as unscrewing those screws that hold the level on, sliding it down the wall a little bit, and keeping part of it still on the stones you have installed, getting it level again, attaching it back up, and then continue your run down the wall.
So hopefully this helps you out for when you start setting your straight runs of ledger stones. And yeah, I think that's a wrap.